In light of recent spying allegations, does the NSA know more about us than we think?
The NSA has trillions of telephone calls and emails in their databases that they've collected over the last several years. And what these programs are very simple screens, like the ones that supermarket clerks or shipping and receiving clerks use, where all an analyst has to do is enter an email address or an IP address, and it does two things. It searches that database and lets them listen to the calls or read the emails.
All right, so has America turned into a place where our every move is being tracked now? Let's bring in constitutional attorney and author of the new book, A Government of Wolves, The Emerging American Police State, John Whitehead. John, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you,
it's
sir.
a pleasure to have you on. This is really a provocative book. It's a book that when you read it or you read excerpts from it, you begin to think, this could only happen in the movies. But you're actually stating that this is a real-life police state experience that we're going through in America. Why?
Yeah, I call it an emerging police state, but I've actually had people in the military and the Secret Service say, John, your subtitle's wrong. We are in a police state. Like Glenn Greenwald was pointing out, I had an NSA agent visit me a long time recently, and he said, John, at least 1 trillion bits of information are being downloaded from the internet every month. He says, your banking accounts, anything electronic, your emails, text messages. We had a Marine we defended who did some Facebook posts. He came back 2 times, decorated Marine, named Brandon Robb, and one day they rushed his house, FBI, Department of Homeland Security and police, dragged him out of his home, handcuffed him for his Facebook post. I called the police station and said, what did he do wrong? And they said, well, he committed no crime, we're just concerned. But those are the kind of cases where I'm seeing and I'm involved in, and to be honest with you, it's frightening.
And you're also uncovering certain aspects of what's going on, like if you look over history, how people investigated and eavesdropped on Martin Luther King Jr. and other people to discredit them. What are the other things that you try to bring to bear in this for the American people to know about this police state status that is being developed?
Well, I commend you for having me on to talk about the police, the militarized police. And I'm not against all police. I have good friends that are cops, but the police have been dramatically militarized. In the 1980s, when I started writing about this subject, the Pentagon started handing out military equipment across the country, 17,000 police units. And today, when you see a SWAT team raid, watch YouTube. They're frightening. They're shooting people. The case of Ayanna Jones in Detroit, 7-year-old lying on her couch in a princess blanket. They did a no-knock. Her door flies down. They shoot her on the couch. She's dead. Her father runs out. They push him face down in her blood.
Wow.
The guy they're looking for wasn't in that apartment. They made a mistake. He was 2 floors up.
Oh, my goodness.
But she died because of that. And they've been sued, and they got a good case. I hope they win for a lot of dough.
John Whitehead, the book is called A Government of Wolves, The Emerging American Police State. It's good reading, and it's also good information that the American people need to know. Thanks for sharing this with us and bringing it to light. All right, coming